Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat. I'm your host, Benton, along with the family. Family, how is everyone doing?
I'm doing well,
And we have Kevin and Big also a part of the family. Come on, is on the line. Come on, how are you?
I'm good.
And as per usual, we're going to discuss the week happenings in football. What a week of football. Not weird. What a week of football.
Interesting week of football.
I am at peace.
The Manchester United fan Biggs is at peace, I'm sure that peace will be awakened quite soon, because what a week for Manchester United. Champions League exit, get kicking at them belly and teeth by Everton today. So I don't know how is a man at peace.
Well, that's what he says. He's at peace. So being at peace is better than falling to pieces.
This is true. So football lovers, what we'll do as usual this week, we'll deal off, kick the show off with our Ballers and Bugs segment. The Ballers being the most impressive players of the week, the Bugs the unimpressive players of the week, and then segue to football in Europe and discuss the major happenings this week in football in Europe. We had the PFA shortlist got released for the Premier League. We got the Champions League. Utter madness this week in Champions League. Big money CR7 champion footballer is out. We'll get to that in our Champions League review. We're going to have our EPL review. Title race is running hot, as usual, between Man City and Liverpool. Wrap the show off with football in the Americas, hit quick notes on MLS, and then finish off with our power ranking. So, Ballers of the week. Kevin.
My ball of the week is Mr. Raheem Sterling. He came up a little bit too short, all courtesy of Congaguera going too fast, you know. But he had a beautiful performance.
Yes.
In midweek in the Champions League game, he was one goal shy of a hat-trick. In fact, he actually scored it, but was a little bit too early.
Raheem Sterling was exceptional.
Raheem Sterling get my ball of the week for both that and for both appearing on both of the shortlists for PFA Player of the Year and Junior Player of the Year as well. So Raheem Sterling is playing some ball.
Raheem Sterling, excellent week. Scored two, very good goal in that matchup against Spurs in the middle of the week. Scored 2 goals in that matchup against Spurs. Unfortunately, City lost on away goal rules. But we'll get to that in our Champions League review. But Raheem Sterling, exceptional play this week from Raheem Sterling. The sky is the limit. Come on, who is your ball of the week?
I would say Richarlison is my ball of the week. The Brazilian, he consistently plays well. Even sometimes we get on Everton that they're not doing well, but Richarlison always does his job well. And today was no exception. So, Richarlison is my ball of the week, and I should include the other players too for Everton for whooping Man U 4-0 today.
Richarlison and Everton kicked the brakes off Manchester United this week. Richarlison scored an amazing goal, and an excellent goal, and picked up an injury later on in the game and had to be subbed at the 60th or the 59th minute thereabouts. But Richarlison and Everton is Comeon's ball of the week. Exceptional performance. Everton is running in for one of his Europa League spot. Marco Silva was on the hot seat a few weeks ago, but everything is fine at Everton these days. Biggs.
Yes, sir.
Manchester United got kick up. So who is your ball of the week, boss?
Ajax. The whole Ajax side. They went and they slapped the old lady around.
Yes.
And for all those who don't know, that's Juventus.
Yes, they did.
So I'm not promoting
abuse.
I'm not promoting abuse.
You're not promoting abuse of any old ladies.
But Ajax, they were very impressive. I didn't expect what happened. I mean, and that was stupid of me. I should have known better.
No, the ball ran according to Comeon.
According to Comeon. But big up Ajax. Big up everybody at Ajax. So.
Absolutely fascinating play by Ajax. They defeated Juventus, and we'll get to that in our Champions League review. Frankie de Gun, Liget or Light or whatever that guy plays that is the captain of that team. Even Dusan Tadic. Old Dusan Tadic from Southampton looked like a baller on
Bling.
Daily Bling. Manchester United could use you today.
Hey, calm down.
So Ajax is Junior's ball of the week for defeated Juventus. And now Ajax rides into the semi-final of the Champions League, and we'll get to that, setting up the Champions League and review our Champions League week. My ball of the week is Alejandro Pozuelo of Toronto FC. A brilliant matchup between Toronto and Minnesota took place on Friday night. The game ended 4-3. It was a back and forth contest. Minnesota led for a while in that game, and Alessandro Pozuelo scored 2 magnificent goals and pulled his Toronto FC out of the fire to win that game. So that was an exceptional game. So that's my ball of the week. Come on, who's your bug of the week?
Manchester United. The entire squad of Manchester United. In the game today, they only had 1 shot on target, and that was in the 82nd minute. So Manchester United hold this bug of the week.
Manchester United lost Everton 4-0. 5 defeat away from home for the Empire. Maybe we should downgrade that name from Empire to something else.
It's still the Empire.
It's still the Empire.
However, the Empire has no clothes.
That has no clothes. Needs some. Junior, who is your bug of the week?
My bug of the week goes to Atlanta United.
Really?
Atlanta United. I mean, what more can I say? Just Atlanta United.
Yeah, Atlanta.
That showing was pitiful.
Yeah, it was pitiful.
And pun intended.
And it should not be. It's pitiful. Pity Martinez is bad. Atlanta United is bad. Atlanta United lost 2-1 to FC Dallas at home, and the coach had the audacity to say that we outplayed them. What kind of stupidness is that? What kind of? At least in order to grow Atlanta United, first we need to admit that we're having some major issues that need to be addressed. So deservedly so. Atlanta United is Junior's bug of the week. They've lost 3 games at home, and they finally scored a goal at home.
A penalty.
A penalty. Late in the game.
A meaningless penalty.
A meaningless penalty.
A cancellation penalty.
Kevin, your bug of the week.
Well, Atlanta United scored a goal. My bug of the week didn't score none.
And I'm curious to know who is that? Who is that played 180 minutes of football this week and didn't score any goals?
Manchester United scored no goals.
Manchester United got 3 from Barcelona in the Champions League and got 4 from Everton in the EPL.
Yes, it's like I'm going to check the players at Manchester United and see if we can play and run a domino tournament. We look like them like 6.
They love 6.
Because them can't broke. Them all get 6 love.
Yes.
Because them can't broke it.
Manchester United, bug of the week. Can score and can defend.
I had a discussion earlier on this week when people were saying to me that, hey, I said Spurs is Liverpool's best shot at holding off because we know some other side can't score.
Yes, and we'll get to the Manchester Derby coming up in a little bit. Well, maybe the goal scoring will recover soon this week for the Derby. All right, and my bug of the week is Paulo Dybala. Paulo Dybala is highly regarded in some circles as a big baller in this thing. Juventus will spend about $375 million over the next 4 years to secure the service of one Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo. Paulo Dybala have a star with him, and now Paulo Dybala cannot show up for these big contests. He was absent, and now word is that he'll be joining Manchester United in the summer. Paulo Dybala is my bug of the week. He was missing in the Ajax game and missing in the Atletico Madrid matchups. Regin, your bug of the week. And honorable mention to Sean Morrison of Cardiff. I don't even know how that brother missed that goal.
Yeah, you can't kill him for that. Allison put him off.
Allison Tim?
Allison did put him off.
So he's a captain. He missed a sitter and then decided to give away a penalty after grabbing up Mohamed Salah.
Well, Mohamed Salah is finally against his Muslim religion and start going down.
No, but the man grabbed him up still.
Definitely. But as I said earlier, Mohamed Salah has been getting kicked all season long. But because he's trying to score, because, see, Mohamed Salah is not a penalty kicker. You know?
Yeah.
So when you think about the golden boot and everybody that's on the same goal, the same with Mohamed Salah, they are also penalty kickers for their team.
Yeah.
Mohamed Salah don't take Liverpool penalties.
Yeah.
So that's why he don't want to go down. He always tries to score himself.
Trying to get his goals. And what Mohamed Salah should have said to Sean Morrison is like, look, if If you want the jersey, Brethren, I'll give it to you afterwards. You don't have to hold me up and try to get the jersey. So those are my bugs of the week. And then the segue from ballers and bugs to our European football review. Champions League, it's official. Liverpool versus Barcelona in the semi-final. Ajax versus Spurs in the other semi-final. Major takeaways from this week's games. Manchester United got smoked by Barcelona as expected. Come on. Your thoughts on that game? And Ajax upset Juventus. And the Spurs-City matchup was absolutely one for the ages. Come on. Your thoughts on the Champions League football?
Well, it's no surprise. We knew that Manchester United would not have won against Barcelona. Losing 3-0, I don't think I expected that either. I thought we were going to eke out a 1-0 win or maybe a 2-1, but it was, rough, the 3-0. Again, Smalling got megged by Messi. Messi just makes Smalling look small, right? Ashley Young, he couldn't even manage either. And Ashley Young is one of the fastest players on Manchester United. And he just could not get into the game. And when it comes to Ajax, I don't know if I expected Ajax to win, but I thought they would be competitive when it came to Juventus. Because Ajax kind of have the same kind of Barcelona style of play. And I'm kind of, worried that we might end up, playing Ajax in the final. So, it was a couple of good games this week. I enjoyed them.
Gentlemen, major takeaways from this week's Champions League matches. And of course, not to mention Liverpool smoked Porto, as expected, 6-1 overall in aggregate in that matchup. But major takeaways.
Junior?
Wake up, Junior. Wake up. Now, ball chat followers and football lovers. Last week, going into the Champions League matchup, Junior predicted
Benson, where earth up Junior Ed?
The VAR victory for Barcelona, for Manchester United.
That was right. VAR helped Manchester United.
Yeah, to not get 4.
Right.
The VAR.
I mean, number belt. I'll deal with Manchester United in a minute. But Barcelona did what Barcelona needed to do. I give Barcelona props for that. Ajax did the unthinkable. They should not have beaten Juventus in Juventus. That should have never happened. Yeah. And they went out, and homeboy that came out before the tie said, I wanted to play against the best Juventus.
Yeah, Frankie de Jong.
Yeah. That's his leadership. Yeah. The man come out and said, I am going to hold my team by the scruff of the neck, and we are going to go win this tie. So I've given him his props. Liverpool is Liverpool.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So those are your major takeaways from the week. Kevin, major takeaways for you this week in Champions League?
Well, unlike others,
yeah,
I thought the results were going to be as they were.
Yes, you did call them. Did call the Juve loss also.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we have to play football, and you're not going to get win just based on your laurels. And we see these teams always thinking that they will, I guess, with VAR or whatever it is, come back from wherever they are. Not going to work. I know that Juventus was going to play some real ball, but I know that Ajax is going to hold their feet to the fire going in. And they did not let down. In fact, I did not watch the Liverpool game one ball at all.
Yeah, because
I just spent a lot of time watching the City game first, and then the day before watching the Juve game.
Yes.
I call the City game, I call a Spurs draw.
Yeah, and then
obviously they lost the game. Yeah. But they won because, as I said before, Spurs, because of the previous matchup when the coach tinkered with the team and ended up losing, Spurs had no fear of Man City. And they were running at them throughout the game. It was like, okay, you can score, I can do that too. Yeah. And one more, and one more, I can do that too, And they had no fear on it. And we see Pep just constantly tinkering, and out-tinkering himself. We see where he decided that, okay, there was no Otamendi, right? No Delph. These are people who take you to where you were throughout the whole year. And this is so you're bringing back. I guess you wanted leadership, so you put John Stones out and you're bringing back company.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just old and slow. And Song nearly killed them on the counter.
So of Manchester City or Juve, which of these teams being kicked out at this stage is more disappointing? Who's the major shock here? And which, from a repercussion standpoint, which one of these teams will probably go in the summer saying that we have major work to do?
Man City is the greater disappointment.
Yeah, City is the greatest disappointment, but Tottenham need to go into the summer and get good players, enough players to match the $1 million stadium or $1 billion stadium that they have. So Spurs need to break the bank this summer if they want to be competitive.
But Spurs is competitive, so why would Spurs do anything else? Come on, they've defeated.
Spurs, they're grinding out results. But if you look at Spurs squad, the squad really match up with like a City or even match up with a little Manchester United. I think Spurs need to go there and get at least that one marquee player. Yeah, you have like Harry Kane, but you need that one marquee player that will actually, make the team a better team. To me, I've always said this, that I'm not really impressed by Spurs. But if Spurs grinding out a win, it's okay. Can we call it luck? Or are we going to call it skill?
Okay. So, all right. So, and Juventus, and so you said City is your major disappointment. And you also agree with City of Juventus. Those are two. So, what about you, Kamon? Of the City-Juventus exit, which of those are a major shock to you?
City.
So, it's all City.
City. City. Pep spent too much money for them not to be really competitive. Yes, they win the Carabao Cup. They're going to win the FA Cup, and more likely they're going to win the league. But you have world-class players that you spend all this money on. You're supposed to be really competitive, win the major trophy like a Champions League trophy. So yes, it is disappointing on the City end.
It's not only it's the way they got kicked out. Harry Kane, regardless, we all have different opinions of Harry Kane, but Harry Kane is a proven goal scorer.
Okay.
And if you tell me that you're not going to have Harry Kane, and all I have to do is beat you by not letting you score and score more than one goal, all I have to do. Are you going to tell me that Tottenham will come and score 3?
But you're not giving Son his props. I keep on telling you already, the Son is an underrated player.
Yeah, so
he's underrated. Trust me.
No,
he's a very good player.
I give Son his ratings, but Son is a striker, and for a striker to be successful, he has to get the ball. There is no reason why Dele Alli and Kane is not playing and Son is getting the ball in dangerous positions against City. Okay. You're talking about Sissoko here.
Okay. So from the disappointing standpoint, City definitely, it seems like the group seems to be on the notion that City falling out at this stage is a major disappointment. And the point that you made about injuries, Tottenham seem to have a little bit more injuries as opposed to City being more at full strength.
And the writing was on the wall when Juventus lost to Manchester United in the last 10 minutes. It was just a matter of time.
It was just a matter. So now, but Juventus spent a bag of money. Last year they lost 22 million. Thus far this year they've made 9 million for the first part of the season. Aaron Ramsey is coming into they spent 36 million to secure the service of Aaron Ramsey. Juventus' entire future financial success depends on them winning this Champions League trophy. Cristiano Ronaldo, word is that Allegri may or may not be back in the summer. Your thoughts on this, Kevin?
I think from all what I've been hearing, we are continuing the stint of playing name football. Football with name recognition. But if we look on the pitch and to see what ball game is played, I hear Camon says Spurs need to be more competitive. You know, the world city and wire them. You can't get no more competitive than that.
This is true.
But we're in love with name football.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing to make that trajectory to what Juve is doing and we're in love with name football. They don't play attractive football. You know, yes, them can bully up Syria, but who's in Syria?
Yeah.
You know, and yes, we like the likes of CR7, but him alone can't do it.
Yes, he needs,
and that's why I expected them to lose.
Yeah.
Because on the other side, you have a complete team.
Yes.
While they have a few names. Names don't win much.
Yeah, that's fair. And to wrap up on this, one final thing. It's clear that money is not a guarantee to success, right? Because Ajax, a very low budget team, dependent heavily on their youth system, have a few veterans that they're paying at low cost, whereas they've eliminated one of the highest paid team in Juventus. And the two probably big spenders in this thing, Man City and Juventus are out, with Barca is the next one down the line. Maybe out soon.
Well, that is the difference. When I tell you, when you're playing in a domestic league, you know, it is a early pay setter league.
Yeah.
So if you spend the most money, you pretty much almost buy the trophy.
Yeah, you're gonna get
you know, but when you play in a knockout competition, it's about team. It's about a real team and who's on form when.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's about strategies from the coaches as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, what we have done in even this discussion is let some of these coaches off the hook.
So we're about to get set. So does Pep Guardiola, we're not go on bush and talk, is Pep Guardiola seen as a failure in this league? He's just one success with Barcelona, the last when he won 2 trophies. He's been knocked out with Bayern, and now the 3rd year in a row with Man City. Your opinion of Pep Guardiola in this league? Come on, and there's a lot of discussion on whether he's seen as a failure in this league.
In Premier League,
Champions League.
Oh, of course. If you ask Jose Mourinho, he'll tell you Pep is a failure in Champions League.
Okay.
I mean, he cannot win it. And it doesn't matter how many name brand players you get for him. It don't matter how much money you spend to build his squad. He just cannot get it right. So, to me, he is a failure in Champions League.
So he won 2 with Barcelona, and since he's left Barcelona, he has been eliminated at semi-final with Bayern Munich, in the quarterfinals with Bayern Munich, and now round of 16 and quarterfinal with Man City. Your thoughts on this? Is Pep Guardiola a failure in this league, Kevin?
Yes, Pep Guardiola is a failure in Champions League, not as a coach.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola is a good coach,
yeah,
but he's a failure in Champions League. Again, what we've noticed from coaches like Pep is that because of the cachet that they bring to the game, they can often get players to come play for them for a little bit less, and they can always get front office to spend a bag of money and bring in talent.
Yeah.
And that is how they win the domestic leagues. But the true test of coaching is whether or not you can make these adjustments going into the game, and make these adjustments of halftime, and make these adjustments on the game. He could not do it. Pochettino outcoached him on both games.
Yes, yeah.
The first thing I told you guys last week, when Pep did the first thing and made the different suggestion moves in the first round,
yeah,
and lost, I told you that was going to be detrimental.
Yeah.
You do not be the big coach with the big side and blink first.
Yeah.
You know, if you blink first, you're in trouble.
Yeah, modifying as well. Biggs, your thoughts on Pep Guardiola in this league? Your assessment?
He has disappointed in the Champions League, but failure, I think, is too strong of a word.
It's too strong of a word?
Yeah, and is it a money issue? Is it a coaching issue?
Okay, because he's have access to resources. I don't necessarily think it's a money issue. He's
right, because
signed whatever he needs are often requested of these clubs, and they've given him the clearance to do that.
But then looking at the side now,
because the teams that have exited, not the Barcelona teams that won, the team that have exited, I could easily say is the best team in Champions League each year that he was exited.
That was going to be my question. So you guys believe that Man City is the best team out of the 8 that was left?
At least the best 2.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think they have too much defensive holes, and you guys have chronicled throughout the week.
Yeah, defensive.
For the dependency on Fernandinho.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that showed up.
Yes.
Because again, there is no reason why Son should be breaking away at your defenders.
This is true.
It blew my mind. I never see it at first.
Because
it blew my mind.
Because of the tinkering.
Yeah.
Out coaching. I can tell you, I can easily say that having Nicolas Otamendi out there, having Delph out there, probably would give you a better result than what he tinkered with.
But here's the caveat with that, Kevin. So he signed Benjamin Mendy as his first string left back, and he emphasized this notion of trying to have these guys who can stretch the field. And in the first leg, Delph relaxed on the play where Son recovered the ball and then secured that goal, right? So I think he's saying, okay, Delph, you've done a good job for me. Truly, you're a holding midfielder and you've done an exceptional job. But I signed Mendy for this responsibility. Now, Mendy, yes, is garbage. We acknowledge that, Mendy. But so, is it the scouting or is it Pep making bad decisions?
It's Pep. It's all Pep. Because guess what? These players are signed, are handpicked by Pep.
Yes.
It's all Pep.
Yeah,
the players were handpicked by him, and the strategy is his.
Yes.
Right? So Laporte keep making these same mistakes.
That should have been the bug of the week.
Right?
Laporte should have been the bug of the week. I totally forgot about him. He should have been the bug of the week.
So, and then Pep now, remember, Pep earlier in the season cast Mendy off to say, here's a ball and a wall. You use them and train by yourself.
But Mendy was also garbage in the game.
But hold on. That is the player that he said was a bug. He paid some money for him, and then he said, boy, I realized that it's not working out. I'm going to give him a ball. And so you remember when you're a small youth and your father try to teach you how to play ball, him say, see ball, I kick it on the wall, try control.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And that is what he did to Mendy. And now you mean in the quarterfinal now you're drafting that man?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he thought the ball practicing would have helped him. All right. So to segue from, because we have other things we want to get to, but to segue from the actual game on the play to the next round of matchup, come on. Early thoughts. Liverpool plays big bad Barcelona. Come on, your thoughts. Early prediction. We'll set it up next week Sunday, but early prediction.
I'm so nervous. I mean, Liverpool, boy, when Liverpool click. So I'm worried about speed. Junior always says speed kills, but I think with Barcelona, I am so afraid of the PK in the back and the Busquets round there. I don't know if they can manage Firmino, they can manage Sane, I don't know if they can manage Salah on the counter. I hope that Barcelona can score a leap and score fast and just have the game. But to me, the first leg is going to be like 1-1.
Okay. Early thoughts on this. Early thoughts on it, Kevin. You're the Liverpool fan.
I expect Busquets to get a red card.
Because he's going to be holding on for dear life.
Yes. There's no way he can catch up. I expect him to get a red card, and I expect PK to get a yellow.
Okay.
They're going to be in problems in the back.
Yeah.
And I expect, of course, Liverpool to win 2-1.
2-1. And Biggs, yeah.
I expect Milner to be the key.
Okay.
One way or the other, because what will he do with Messi?
Yeah.
I mean, Messi is the GOAT.
This is going to be a mouth-watering matchup. And your thoughts on the other matchup between Spurs and Ajax? So, by the way, the Liverpool and City and Liverpool and Barca's match will be played the first leg at the new camp, and then Ajax Spurs first matchup will be played in London at Spurs home stadium. So, your thoughts on that matchup?
Ajax winning. I mean, Ajax going to beat Spurs 2-0 the first leg.
In London?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You always keep saying these things like nobody can get beaten at home. When they get beaten at home, Chelsea get beaten at home.
All right, we're not.
So come on, we're talking about Champions League team. Come on, why are you bringing scrubs in here?
Look, the ball play anywhere, Junior. So I think Ajax, because of how they're playing. By the way, didn't you see that their league gave them the week off to rest versus Tottenham have so many games that they have to play? Did you see that?
Yes.
So I think, so Ajax is going to be well rested and ready to go. So they're going to take it to Tottenham.
When will the lights ever be too bright for these young kids?
That's a good
That's the question.
Are they really that?
They're not that young.
I don't know. I mean, I don't see that. I don't see it. I think with they have veteran players on the pitch, I think the belief is high. I think that they can go all the way, and I'm worried. I am actually worried if Barcelona meets Ajax because they play the same way.
You're skipping a step.
Barcelona have to beat Liverpool
Look
first.
here, first of all, we're gonna just brush with Liverpool, pop, the second leg. Just eat.
This is such a change because I thought you said you were nervous a few minutes ago. Kevin, your thoughts on this? And by the way, Son is out of that first leg. He's suspended, so he will not be available for that first matchup.
And Dele Alli still dealing with a broken hand.
Yes, and Dele Alli. And then, so does the bright lights of London get to these Ajax kids, or Ajax young side?
I don't think so.
I think this game is going to end up being a draw game.
Draw game.
Yeah. I think because, with Song being out and with Harry Kane being out, I think they're going to be bereft of scoring talent. And so they'll, while Spurs might outplay Ajax, I don't expect them to put it in onion bag.
Yeah.
And then Ajax will be in it late.
Yeah. And Ajax is ultimately playing with house money right now. I mean, anything that happens from here on in, they defeated Real Madrid, defeated Juventus in this run-in, so they're just...
But Spurs is playing with house money as well, Yeah. And also Spurs is at their brand new stadium.
This is true.
Yeah. So you think they're gonna lay an egg there?
That's why Ajax is at London. No.
Yeah, it'll be tough. We'll actually preview these games next week on our next episode because the ties will be May 1st and the last day of April. So, or April 30th or April 31st, or April 30th. So, EPL, the run-in continues for the title chase. Manchester City somehow defeated Spurs, took the lead on Saturday. Liverpool rebounded and then took the lead after defeated Cardiff 2-0. Your thoughts on the EPL this week? And Manchester City seems to be wobbling a bit here.
What I've been telling you for the past 6 weeks.
But this is still Manchester City. Come on, prediction. And come on, some assault up Liverpool. So.
City will win.
But, I think
City's still going to win the league.
Was it impressive of City to have the emotional letdown of the Champions League defeat on Wednesday and to come back and take a 1-0 victory yesterday? Was
impressive?
that impressive?
Yeah.
No, that was.
It was nerve-wracking.
No, it wasn't impressive. Tottenham actually had a couple chances, so it was more a letdown for Tottenham more than City, in my opinion.
And what I meant by impressive is just the ability to see those 3 points.
They didn't.
To win the game.
They didn't see those 3 points.
Okay.
They didn't have anything in the bag. They scored an early goal. As I often tell you, they score early and think they're going to score often, and a lot of times that does not happen. In this case, they scored in 5 minutes. They could not even come close enough to the goal again.
Sterling should have scored still. When Sane gave him the ball.
The one that got the goalkeeper.
No, it was a good try. The goalkeeper, he put it back where it was coming from, and the goalkeeper's foot, the last inch and foot get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, so outside of that, and one other opportunity, they didn't look, I can make the effort that Tottenham got more goal scoring opportunities.
Yes, they did. They definitely did.
They did.
Edison came up big in some of those one-on-one matchups.
So then you're looking at that now, and you're saying, now this is a side that won the Champions League game, nonetheless they got booted out of the series. And then in front of the home side, both games. And this is what you came back with? Yeah. Pep had to pull up the emergency handbrake, had to send out Fernandinho out there.
Yeah.
Because he was getting run over in defense.
Is it a sense that Fernandinho might not be 100% while he's not starting these games?
Of course he's not 100%. These are pectoral issues. He's an old man, 31 years old. They've been leaning on him too early in the season.
And Kevin De Bruyne also picked up an injury yesterday. So currently it's 88 points. Liverpool 88 points. Manchester City 86. Liverpool has 3 more games left. Huddersfield, Newcastle and Wolves. Man City has 4 games left. They host they go to United and Manchester Derby. They go to Burnley. They host Leicester City, and they wrapped up the end of the year with Brighton. The end of the season with Brighton. So Manchester City has a very harsh run in.
Harsh?
No, Wednesday game going to be hard for them. It's going to be hard for them.
When's the game against who?
Manchester United. They should win.
Really?
Man City should win, but it's going to be a nervous 20. If they don't get that early goal, they're going to be very nervous. It's going to be very nerve-wracking. I mean, and yes, I'm a Manchester United fan, but let's call a spade a spade. Ole is the permanent manager. Right? Ole is a permanent manager. There's no question Ole is not going to be here next year. He's going to be there next year.
Yeah, he's the manager.
He's a manager.
Yeah.
Ole said prior to after the Barca game, he said two things that were key.
Yeah.
It's going to take years to rebuild, and there's nowhere for you to hide.
Okay.
And you come and lay an egg against Everton.
Okay.
He has the keys to the and he has free reign as far as Ed Woodward and management is concerned.
Okay.
It's a simple message. You guys better show up Wednesday. Are you not here next year?
Okay. Hold on. So he said this before the fall of thrashing, right?
No, but Everton.
I'm asking you one question. Just answer the one question.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
But Everton game is different because think about it. You're playing in front of your house against Man City.
Yeah.
You don't want these guys to celebrate on your field.
Okay.
So it's just that simple. It's going to be a hard game.
Come on. Your setup, your prediction is Manchester United versus Manchester City derby. Manchester United went into City last year and delayed the inevitable championship. The City goes into Manchester United looking for revenge after what happened last year. Can this Manchester United team put up any sort of competition?
Not at all. A 5-0. You get 4 from Everton, you're getting 5 from Man City. So Junior can always talk about Ole said this and Ole said that. Kevin's point was accurate. Kevin just run past Junior a while ago and stop him at the head back and just keep on running.
Yes.
I knew exactly what he meant. He meant Ole said it before the game and they still go out there and play like that. So nobody cares.
It doesn't matter if he says it again.
Yeah. So today it was like I didn't see Lukaku. I didn't see what's his name, Pogba. I didn't see those players. Nobody turned up. And everybody keep complaining about the number 10. Has the number 10 lost his way? the number 10 does look dejected.
Marcus Rashford, poor kid.
So Academy product.
If
Manchester born and bred.
Yeah, if Manu plays like how they played today, Junior, I see a 5-0 trashing from Man City in a dem yard.
I agree.
All right, so 5-0 is Commons prediction. Kevin, your take on this Manchester United versus Manchester United versus City derby.
Best case scenario, maybe Man U can hold them to a 0-0 draw. But I am saying, because I don't think Man U can score. So I am saying it's easily 2-0.
Is it a chance for City to get right?
No.
Against Manchester United?
No, City going win in my estimation.
Yes.
But them going limp over the finish line.
They're going to limp over the fence. So at best case, he said 2-0, but there might be a draw.
I mean, best case for Man U, they might hold them to a goalless draw. Might.
Yeah,
that's a long shot.
Biggs. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is on record as saying that we probably get about 6 players in the summer. I wonder who is going to get released.
Well, we'll talk about that later on, but I'm predicting with my heart right now. My mind says City is going to win, but my heart says these players find something and they win 2-1.
Who scored?
Huh?
Who scored?
We're going to score a header off a corner, probably Smalling. And Pogba is going to have one of those dynamic runs.
Oh my God!
Well,
small enough to cut off him ear if he wants to score it up.
Well, you know me. I have a dog in the fight, and I wish to God that Junior were speaking facts.
Yeah,
but I think
this is true.
No. I think the best case Liverpool have is to see if we can send Brendan Rodgers a care package and see if he can ask
Leicester City.
But Leicester City playing at City.
Don't matter.
So you think City have a better chance against Man U at Old Trafford than Leicester City at Etihad?
You have a TV? You watch today's game?
So football lovers will continue. Manchester United, Manchester City derby this week. Hot game.
Hey, to them man, I just seen these guys. I see man them just a tie with them like a rag doll in a midlife field. I come on and say, yo, where is the Mr. Listen, the man you bust not reach yet. You understand? Because I see man them We're talking about Everton here. We're talking about Everton. Everton lost to Fulham 2-0 last week.
Yes.
A relegated Fulham.
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer went over and applauded the fans. So
Apologize.
I don't know what was that for.
You apologize to him. Was it an
Imagine,
apology?
keep your apology, man. Keep your apology. We need to say.
The Manchester United product, Rashford decides, so you want to take me off I feel yeah, man. Cannot now go on for me.
Yeah, he had enough. He's had enough. All right, to segue to our power ranking this week. This week's power ranking brought to us by the folks at Blazing Fire Kitchen. Blazing. Well, I'm checking there, brother. In the 10th position, PSV. PSV second in the Dutch league. In the 9th position, we have PSG. PSG officially crowned champions of France this week. Brap, brap, brap.
League
And
one side will get 5 love.
In the 8th position, Juventus. Champions of Italy. Imagine 8 title in a row. CR7 got to Juventus to win. Serie A.
And the first baller to do that.
First baller to win
Syria.
title in England and Spain and Italy.
Yeah.
Yep, first baller. The CR7 fan group ready with them stats.
Yes, sir. I got my stats.
In the 7th position, we have Porto. Porto's leading the Portuguese lead after losing this week to.
CR7 now win a Porto too.
That's next. You will win in Porto next. In Portugal next. In the 6th position, we have Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich looks like they're going to become champion of the Bundesliga pretty soon. Spurs in our 5th position. Spurs. Wow, that's impressive. Spurs defeated Manchester City and continue to run in the Champions League semi-final.
They lost to Man City, not defeated.
Yes, lost to Man City, but won an away goal rule in the Champions League.
Lost the battle but won the war.
In the 4th position, we have Ajax. Ajax defeated Juventus. In the 3rd position, we have Barca, Champions League bound champion Barcelona sitting in the 3rd position. In the number 2 slot, number 2, Manchester City, sitting second in the EPL. And in the number 1 slot, Mohamed Salah led Liverpool, 88 points, 3 games left into the EPL. And they only title them a win.
4 games.
3 games left for Liverpool in the EPL.
4 games left for Man City.
For Man City.
Yo,
But
97 points and you might not win the championship.
yes.
Yo.
Ball Chat followers, link us on social media. Ball Chat 1 on Twitter. Ball Chat Podcast on Instagram. Ball Chat Podcast on Facebook. Ball Chat Podcast on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. And we have Ball Chat Podcast on our Mixcloud platform. Manchester United. Go on in the yard.
Bug side. One away from me or something?
Manchester United. Go on. The boy Kevin is supposed to say we're out.
No, we're not out. We're not out. You can't
we're
be not
not
out. So we not have a funeral.
Ball chat later.
Hey, I'm gonna ask them.